Presenting Sergo Console in collaboration with SDU. This video is presented by Group 4. To go through all the necessary content for understanding the console system, we will start by presenting the problem, then proceed on to identifying a solution, and finally finish off showing the actual prototype. It should be noted that this video's intent is to give us feedback on the system as it currently stands and furtherly verify that our analysis, design choices and implementation is of relevance to the project. As the world is globalizing and dependency on suppliers and interorganizational relationships is increasing, companies struggle to survive and establish as well as maintain interorganizational relationships. As an example, Denmark is among many countries who value and encourage people to make startup companies. Yet facts show that in Denmark only 45.7% survive for more than 3 years. One of the reasons is missing contact and relationship on the global market, which means that especially startup firms have difficulties to establish a foundation. The result is that the startup firms never get a hold on the market, and get outmatched by bigger and stronger companies. The software tries to alleviate the issue through a platform, which helps companies establish relationships that are wanted or required, to create a foundation on the market. Luckily, innovation in communication technologies the past 50 years has provided us with the internet, resulting in a platform that is able to reach the global market. Using this platform, we are able to develop a software that potentially could solve the issue. How can we increase organizations' willingness towards connecting and maintaining their relationships across the global market with a common information and communication portal? With our scope defined, we now just need to get from idea to product. Starting by asking the question, how do we plan on developing a solution for the problem? To speed up the development process, the Unified Process Model (UP) is implemented. UP provides a framework which splits the development process into 4 phases: inception, elaboration, construction and transition, each phase utilizing the RADIT workflow. Through Scrum, planning and task distribution are effectively managed. To create a general consensus between group members, an overview of the coming deadlines and deliverables has been done in a milestones diagram. Additionally, the diagram embraces the UP model and is formed thereafter. From the deadlines defined by the university SDU, several sprints seem obvious. These also set the standard for when the different phases start and finish. What's more, each sprint has a similar sized time capacity of 3 to 4 weeks. By looking upon the diagram of milestones, you'll notice that inception and elaboration each has deliverables visualized by a square box. These deliverables are associated with deadlines, whereas deliverables from sprints in the elaboration phase are incremental prototypes of the software system.
So, with the problem and process defined, what could the solution look like? In any case, a software is needed. This software must be able to present, connect and maintain communication between companies on a global scale. Our solution is an information and communication portal that provides a framework for companies to create profiles and view and communicate with other companies. The software will be specifically tailored towards companies, and as such, won't allow for single users to create accounts. The portal will consist of several services, which will include the possibility of creating a page, where companies are able to briefly present their core goals, products and ideas, while also giving them the option to add individual aspects like descriptions of what they are looking for regarding networks. Additionally, there will be a service providing tools for communications, possibly with specific add-ons, that might be useful, such as translation. So that's the plan. Development has already begun, but how much has been done?
So far, an overall architecture for the software system has more or less been defined. The broker pattern has been used to define the general architecture between client and server services, while every service including client-side has been built on the 3-layer architecture. To further improve low coupling, a combination of the strategy and repository pattern has been implemented. Using this same strategy and repository pattern for every service, it has become easier for developers to transition from one service to another. It has also minimized errors and simplified the overall architecture, as knowing one service is knowing them all, which proves to be great for productivity. If we then decompose the fundamental architecture, 3 types of components seem to dominate the design: clients, brokers and services, which to each deserves their own explanation. Starting with the clients, we see that this component is responsible for the direct interaction with the user, serving as a gateway into the primary system. The broker component is responsible for distributing incoming requests from clients to connected services, and returning data if necessary. This effectively enables a dynamic data flow from clients to services, and helps the architecture stay flexible. A service component is expected to manage a single area of responsibility, so upon call, a service will respond to incoming requests from brokers. Brokers can ask a service such as chat to hand over messaging data, message UI and much more. This in turn enforces more cohesion throughout the overall architecture. The login screen confronts the user with a view asking the user to either enter the correct user credentials, to get access to the software, quit out of the program, or register as a new user. If the user wishes to register as a new user, another view is presented, asking for correct credentials provided by the employing company. This is a requirement to be able to create a user login. If the credentials are correct, the user is able to provide further information, finish the setup and get access to the application. With valid account credentials, the user is able to access the application. The open application is implemented so that the user has a taskbar in the top and left side, where the top is associated with the user and the left side with the company. In the top taskbar, the user can, for example, visit the user profile, which changes information according to who is logged in. If users wish to change their personal information, they can click on the cogwheel, change the information and save it afterwards. Additionally, the user can search for companies by using the search bar. In the side taskbar there are buttons leading to several services. The application is based on the idea of providing and implementing several distinct services. The login service was explained before. Communication will encompass another service providing the possibility of companies to communicate with each other. Here the user is able to engage in conversations based on the security level and region, meaning that certain employees will only see certain interactions that are relevant. Currently there are 4 other services to be implemented. The feed providing the possibility for companies to publish statements, ideas and new projects, the statistics service for companies to access custom statistics, and the service called Pages, where the companies are able to present themselves in a custom manner. Progress has been going quite well, which means that there are no major issues at the moment. However, the group has some coming challenges such as time pressure, as more services are to be implemented and corresponding design patterns have to be understood. The patterns will be introduced in order for the application to respect cohesion and coupling, and because of lacking experience this process is quite time-consuming, since there are a lot of patterns the group is not familiar with yet. Furthermore, the system is not modular enough, because of modules not implemented yet, so the user doesn't get the most user-friendly experience when they use the system. An aspect the group will look into over the next couple of weeks.